Well, of course, the devil is in the detail, but I very much hope that we will see increased investment as a result of this deal, and we'll also see Tata Steel honouring its commitments that it's already made as part of the package around the pensions changes. There was a commitment from Tata Steel for £1 billion of investment for guaranteeing the blast furnaces for 5 years, and also no compulsory early redundancy. So those commitments have to be honoured. They're ring-fenced. This new joint venture does bring, I think, some quite strong and positive opportunities just through the scale and the synergies, and also really worth remembering that the Port Talbot works have been through a very painful and tough restructuring. So the works are as lean and as fighting fit as you could possibly be going into this new partnership. I personally believe that the Port Talbot works is as lean as it can be. The workforce has been incredible. They've dug deep, and they're turning the business around. And some of that has been through some cost-cutting exercises. It's already cut to the bone. It'll be really important now to see the opportunities for building on what we've got. And a really important part of that will be the relining of blast furnace number 5. With Scunthorpe, Port Talbot is the last bastion of primary steel making in the UK. That's where we have the blast furnaces, where you're making steel from scratch. And we need to see now this access to more investment, more capital investment that will come, I hope, through the joint venture, being ploughed into the relining of blast furnace number 5. And certainly we'll be seeking assurances from Thyssenkrupp and Tata Steel that that is going to be part of the deal.
Yes, as you mentioned, Tata Steel did make that commitment at the time that they struck the agreement over the pension fund. But will that pledge still be legally valid in the event of this transaction?
Yes, I think the 3 pledges that were made as part of the pensions package are absolutely still legally binding. I think they need to be ring-fenced, sealed off from this joint venture deal. What I want to see with this joint venture deal is a commitment to relining blast furnace number 5, because the Tata Steel commitment around pensions was a commitment to the blast furnaces for 5 years. It didn't include a commitment to relining. A relining of blast furnace number 5 would secure the future of the blast furnace for at least 20 years. And that's what we want to see, because with that sort of solid base, then all sorts of other investment will flow in. The markets will see that there's a very serious commitment to primary steel making in Port Talbot. And I think that would be a game changer for the future of the British steel industry.
Yeah, it's often said that it's easier to lay off workers in the UK than it is in the Netherlands and Germany. Are you going to be seeking talks with company management to gain reassurances that that isn't going to be the case in this situation?
Well, again, one of the really important elements of the deal that was struck back in February between Tata Steel UK and the unions was that there would be no compulsory early redundancies, and that in the case of any potential merger or changes in the business, the British workforce would have precisely the same rights and protections as their continental European counterparts. And that deal is sacrosanct. That deal is ring-fenced, and it must be honoured. Those commitments must be honoured by Tata Steel going forward. So I think I'm reasonably confident there that the issue of compulsory early redundancies in the UK won't arise, because Tata Steel has made a commitment. Let's not forget that the quid pro quo was that the workforce voted for those changes to their pension schemes. They stepped up to the plate. They showed once again their professionalism, their commitment, their dedication to the future of the works. They're thinking about the future generations, their sons and grandsons that they want to be working in the steelworks here, and that was a very responsible decision that they took. And the quid pro quo for that has to be that the management also keeps its side of the bargain.